Those of you who watch this show, on a regular basis know we always begin the show with some Dodger blue memorabilia, don't we? There's the word blue in it, so we don't know what this is all about. Got another book for you. We're going to be talking about this particular era of Dodgers very much later on in this podcast today. But let's check this out. What book are we showing? Great one. Through a Blue Lens, it's called. And it's the photography of the Brooklyn Dodger photography of Barney Stein, who was the Dodger team photographer from 1937 to 1957. And this is a great book. If you've never seen it, if you do see it somewhere, pick it up. It's a hardcover book, coffee table book. There's Barney Stein. Where is he? Wait a minute. There he is. And Barney's daughter put this together with another guy that wrote it with forwards by Carl Erskine and Peter O'Malley. But there's some remarkable photos that only true Dodger fans have ever seen. Look at this one. Here's Vin Scully with Barney Stein. That's kind of cool. There's a lot of old photos from Brooklyn in here, as you can imagine. Look at this one. A really young 28-year-old Vin Scully with look at these shoes he's got on. Penny loafers. He's talking to Gil Hodges. Anyway, great stuff. If you've never seen it, it's a really good book. Probably a $40, $50 book, but there's a lot of pages in this thing. About 160 pages. That's a lot for a coffee table book. There's Barney Stein on the back. Anyway, Through a Blue Lens, we're going to be talking about the Brooklyn team a little later on today. Let's get the show started with a 10-count countdown. They're playing tomorrow.
For Dodger baseball.
Well, not quite. It's a day off today, which means we got all the time in the world to talk some Dodgers. I'm Randy, you know who you are. Come on in. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. This is the best, first, and only video podcast by fans, for fans of your Los Angeles Dodgers, and in the old days, the Brooklyn Dodgers. We talk about them too sometimes. This is a show where we'll show you some memorabilia, like we just did. Play you some home runs. I got one. Check out an injury report, a mini one. Do some fun stuff, including shout-outs, this date in Dodger history, some quick hit trivia, and other cool stuff. Hang in. We'll give you some of the pitching for tomorrow. I don't know. We have all of it yet. Dodgers haven't really announced much at the time I was doing this show this morning, so we'll find out. News and moves. The Dodgers split their... Do I have to talk about this? Yeah. Dodgers split their final series of the year with the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, also known as the Angels, which makes no sense to me. It never did. You guys, I don't know, do know that way back when in 61, when their team started, when the Halos first became a major league team in 61, Gene Autry owned them, they were the Los Angeles Angels, period. Not of Anaheim, not just the Los Angeles Angels, all right? And the first 4 years of their existence, first year they played in L.A. Wrigley Field. The second and third and fourth years they played in Dodger Stadium when they only called it Chavez Ravine. Okay, but what happened was the Los Angeles Angels didn't make sense to the Hispanic community, and they were up in arms around it. They said, hey, that doesn't make any sense to us. The Angels, scratching their head. So they became the California Angels for many years. And then, after that, they became the Anaheim Angels. And then, more recently, in the last, 10 years or so, they became the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, which makes less sense than any of the other names. Anyway, I digress. So the first game went well. Dodgers blew them out. The second game, not so much. Bobby Miller looked lost again. He's got to work more on his game before getting back into the major leagues, I think. They had to put him down in AAA and work with him a little bit. Meanwhile, help is on the way. More on that in just a minute. We got to hear a home run from Mookie Betts from the other day. This is a great call by, Tim Nevert's in here, but Steven Nelson had a better call. Here's the combined version of it. Check it out.
Tony Duran. His crowd wants to see Shohei back, but there's no way he's going to. Ron Washington put up 4 fingers. He'd rather face Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts drives the ball. Left field. Debut. Mookie Betts.
With a Mookie moment in Anaheim. A 3-run shot. And the Dodgers have opened it up in the 10th.
You walk in one MVP, you gotta deal with another.
I love that. You walk one MVP, you got to deal with another. That's what Steven Nelson said on the TV side. Great call, Steven Nelson. Tim Neverett had a good one too. I could play that one, but we don't need to hear them all. I I got both of them in case anybody wants them. So I think the boys are dogging it a little because they don't want to win by too many games, but they don't want to lose either. So they want to stay just a nice little cushion, 4 or 5 games in front, and coast the rest of the way that way, and then turn it on when they get all these guys back. Meanwhile, speaking of that, more help is on the way. Dodgers are 84 and 56, good for first place in the National League West, 4.5 games ahead of San Diego. Wait a minute, and 5 games ahead of Arizona. I think we're going to be okay. But getting Yamamoto back is going to be big next week. Glasnow and Kershaw in a few weeks. And if you look at all the starters we'll have at that time, we're going to have Yamamoto, Glasnow, maybe Kershaw, Flaherty, Buehler, Gavin Stone, maybe Bobby Miller if he gets it together. That's at least 7 starters we got. Hey, we could be the team to beat, so I hope so, right? Yeah, I hope so. That's what I'm banking on. That's what the Dodgers are banking on. All right, injuries, little injury report. I reported on some last time. Well, let's do some other guys we didn't mention last time. Brewster Gratterall began a rehab assignment with AAA Oklahoma City on September 3rd. That's 2 days ago. He allowed 1 run on 3 hits with a strikeout in 1 inning. He's expected to make 2 appearances with OKC. Could be activated as soon as September 6th. That's tomorrow. Depending on the state of a Dodgers bullpen that's seen a lot of extra work lately. Anyway, Gratterall had that right hamstring strain that looked nastier than it actually was. Remember that? He kind of put his head down, stood on the field, and almost started crying because it probably felt terrible. But it wasn't a tear, so that's good. So we should see him, hopefully. Yamamoto, after 2 rehab starts with AAA Oklahoma City, Yamamoto is set to return to the Dodgers rotation on September the 10th. Mark your calendars. That's against the Cubs at Dodger Stadium. Should be a big series because the Cubs are like, 2 games out of the wild card right now, so it could happen, right? Shout out to Cousin Les, huge Cub fan. Lives in Memphis, but he's a big Cubs fan. Anyway, Yamamoto's been sidelined since June, allowed 2 runs and struck out 3 over 2 innings in the most recent rehab outing he had, which I believe was 2 days ago on September 3rd. So, looks like we're going to be getting some pitchers back, folks. And you know what they say, and I was just reminded again this morning, pitching and defense get you the championships, right? So we need the pitching. All right, we got the bullpen. We just need the starters. Well, let's do some fun stuff. I posted one of these the other day. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to post another great piece by Ross Porter. About a year ago, he did a 4-minute clip of the guy that was part of our trivia question the other day, Jerry Doggett, the other voice of the Dodgers along with Vin Scully for all those years. Well, we're going to put it up under this show when it posts a bit later. So when I record this show, finish it, put it up on Facebook, I'll put the Ross Porter clip of him talking about his old buddy, Jerry Doggett, and I think you'll enjoy it. There's some old clips on there that are really fun, good movie clips of Doggett and some of the people he worked with. So it's kind of fun. And thank you, Ross Porter. All right, shout-outs. We got some. Today we got shout-outs for these fans of Let's Talk Dodgers. There's some newbies, oldies, all kinds of people in here. Let's see who we have. All right, first of all, shout-out to Martha R., Billy G., Dale G., Bradley A., Eric N., Aaron G., Aaron G., Cheryl C., Lynn T., Maria V., and you and me, and Fox Cali, because he is El Zorro. Thank you for watching. Let's Talk Dodgers, everybody. Tell your friends to watch too. Like us on Facebook. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching YouTube, which you probably are too. And we're always talking Dodgers in here. So, tell your friends. It doesn't matter if it's your birthday, a holiday, the All-Star break, off season, off day. We're talking some Dodgers all the time. All the time we're talking Dodgers. All right, and that's for sure. Also, if you have fan mail, 2 ways to do this. You can toss it here on the Facebook page, or anybody that the offer's still up until the end of the year. Anybody that writes to me at this address, Let's Talk Dodgers, it's pretty easy, Let's Talk Dodgers @gmail.com. If you write to that address, you have your choice of 1 or 2 things or 4 things, and they are as follows. 1 or 2 pictures of your favorite Dodger from any era. 1 or 2 pictures of any Dodger from any era who are your favorites. I'll send you up to 2 of them, 1 or 2. Or if you want them of the same guy, I'll send you 2 of the same guy. The other thing you can ask me for, a home run call by any favorite Dodger, whether it's a Vin Scully call from earlier or now, but any Dodger in the last 20 years. And if you ask for one way back, I might be able to find a couple other ones too. If you have you want to hear a Wes Parker home run, could work on that, but I don't know if I can get that. But anybody in the last 20 years, I got all the Dodger home run calls, almost. So let me know. We'll play you some, or I will send you those in an email. So pictures and home run calls. Have you got that? Okay. Let's go for this date in Dodger history. Today is September 5th, 2024. Got two of them for you. These are both pretty cool. On this date in 1955, relating back to the Brooklyn Dodger days, right-hander Don Newcomb hits his 7th home run of the season to set a National League record for a pitcher, breaking the previous mark of 6, shared by Hal Schumacher of the Giants in 1934 and Jim Tobin of the Braves in 1942. Additionally, Brooklyn's 11-4 win over the Phillies in Ebbets Field, and that also helped too, marks the second of 3 seasons that Nuke recorded 20 or more victories for the team in a season. Big season for him in 55. That's why I got all those awards. So, big one today, this day in history on September 5th, 1955. Don Newcomb hits his 7th homer of the season. And also, on this date in 78, on a night the Dodgers and Angels are scheduled to play at home on the same day, which is a rare occurrence in itself. Each team has their game rained out, obviously. Another oddity in LA history. Next time both clubs experience that, where both got washed out in a home contest on the same day, in the same city of the Angels and Dodgers, occurred in 1986. But it happened on this date in 1978 that both the Angels and the Dodgers got rained out on the same day in the same city. That doesn't happen very often. Twice. All right. Stats of the day. This is no big surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise to anybody except for him. Shohei Ohtani is leading the team in every major hitting category. Does that surprise you? Batting average, 290. Runs, 111 scored. Home runs, 44. Runs batted in, 99. Stolen bases, 46. He's even leading in OPS, but he's not leading in OPB. That's pretty good. On base percentage, straight, he's not leading. That belongs to Freddie Freeman at 382. Way to go, Freddie. And way to go, Shohei. Let's see if he can do any of this stuff next year when he's pitching, I hope. All right, Jack in the Box Jumbo Jack Watch. As you know, anytime the Dodger staff records 7 strikeouts in a game, we get free Jumbo Jacks the very next day. Last night, the team threw 10 Ks. That makes this season's total of 7 or more Ks taking place 102 times. 102 out of 140 games. That's good for 73% of the time this season. That means all you got to do today is walk into a Jack in the Box, tell them, please give me the Dodger deal, buy a large drink, walk out of it with a free Jumbo Jack and a large drink. It only happens the rest of this season. So far, they played 86% of their games. That leaves 14% left. Only 22 games left in the season to play, in the regular season to play. Got about 11 more after that to win, right? Okay. All right, quick hit trivia. We were talking about these guys from Brooklyn before they came to LA. Well, the question of the day, I think we used this one a couple of years ago, but it's always a good one. How many National League pennants did the Dodgers win while the team was in Brooklyn? Remember, they were there from like 1890 to 1957. So how many National League pennants did they win? Now, we know they won 1 World Series, right? So there's a clue. One of them, obviously, was 1955. We won the pennant and the World Series. The other times we didn't. So how many times total with 55 did we win the National League pennant? We'll give the answer in just a few. Oh, multiple choice? Sure, why not? Was it 5? Was it 7? Or was it 9? Answer in a few minutes. All right. Secret stuff. We got some for any of the newbies that haven't heard this before. For those of you who are looking to cut the cable, we have the answers for you right here. And tell all your friends to watch Let's Talk Dodgers. First one is an overseas betting site called MLB66.ir. The IR stands for Iran. And so MLB66.ir is a betting site offshore in Iran. Well, if you go to that site, you can figure out how to watch all the games of Major League Baseball for free. Simple as that. Now, if you want one that's a little easier than that, second one's cool. It's also free like that one. It's called MLB Streams. You'll find it at this URL address, www.mlbwebcast.com. That's www.mlbwebcast.com. And it's not real hard to navigate. Once you get to that page, you'll see a game that's ours. Click on it, like when the game starts. Click on it like tomorrow night when we're playing the Guardians. And you go down to the second screen on the next page that they give you. The first screen on the top will be an HD pay-for-view screen. The one below it is free. And what you do is you try and figure out the home or away signal, whichever one you're getting. You can hit the other one because they're not always right. But one says home, one says away. Play with those two buttons on top of that screen, you'll see it. Third one's right here in Facebook. It's called Blue Live Stream, and it shows every game, including the upcoming one, or the past one we had on Roku, and the upcoming ones we have on Apple TV once in a while. You must be invited to be a current member of Blue Live Stream to watch here. But if you're invited by a current member, you can do it. So you can be invited. So hit me up. And did I mention these are all free? Yeah. Last but not least, tip of the Dodger captain, my pal Aaron G., who told me about this one. It's an app called Dofu, D-O-F-U. If you download that on your phone, and I believe you can not only watch on your phone and your smart devices, but you can bounce or mirror the signal over to a smart TV, like a Chromecast situation, I think. So check that out. Dofu is the name of the app. Put it on your phone, bounce it over to your smart TV. Voila, free Dodgers. All right, let's get you out of the ballpark for just ahead of the quick trivia answer today. Dodgers hosting the Cleveland Guardians starting tomorrow night, Friday night, September 6th. Mark your calendars. And before I go any further with this, I'm going to take a quick look to see, because when I wrote this show up earlier, the Dodgers had not yet announced who they want pitching in these 3 games. And you know what? They still don't have it up there on their website. So I could probably go, well, all right. Anyway, we'll give you what we got. So Friday, September 6th, we don't know yet who the Dodgers are throwing out there. It's going to be Matthew Boyd for the Guardians. He's 1-1 with a 2.38 ERA. That's a 7-10 game. By the way, all 3 dates, different times. They all start different times. Friday, 7-10er. Saturday, September 7th. Nobody for the Dodgers yet announced. Alex Cobb is going for the Guardians. He's 2-1 with a 2.76 ERA. That's a 6-10 game on Sportsnet LA. All 3 games on Sportsnet LA. 7-10, 6-10. Sunday's a 1-10 game. September 8th. Again, the Dodgers haven't announced, but it's going to, whoever we choose is going to go up against Gavin Williams of the Guardians. He's 3-7 with a 4.55 ERA. That's a 1-10 game on Sportsnet LA. 7-10, 6-10, 1-10. You got that? All on Sportsnet LA. None showing on Major League Baseball Network, and of course all the free ways that we told you to watch a few minutes ago. Let's give you the quick hit trivia answer. We asked you a few minutes ago, how many National League pennants did the Brooklyn Dodgers ever win? And we asked you if it was, what was it, 3, 5, or 9, or something like that? All right. Well, anybody get the answer? Did you get it? Okay, what was it? No, that's not right. That's not right. It was 9. I'll name them for you. 1916. That was the first time they ever won in the National League, the pennant. The second one, unless you count 1890, which I don't know if you can count that. Did we win that one? I don't know. Anyway, 1916 was the first real year. 1920, when my grandmother went in Cleveland, so they played, they lost again. 1941, they lost. 1947, they lost, but they were the National League champs. 1949, 1952, 1953, they lost all those World Series, but they were National League champs. 1955, they won it all, so they were National League champs, obviously. And the following year, 1956, that's 9 times in Brooklyn, the Dodgers won the National League pennant. Good one. A little bit harder, because the last time we had an easy question. All right, other cool stuff. Let's see what's playing on the YouTube channel right now. Take a look at the top of the page. If you go to youtube.com/Dodgers, you can see what's up there. There's a million other videos too, but they can see what the top one is. There's always something different up there. The clip of the one that's up there now is the same one from 2 days ago when I announced it, so we'll talk about it again. It's the clip of taking a walk around Dodger Stadium with Andy Pajes and his dog, one of his dogs. Find out how he spends his off days with his pets. He's got 3 dogs. He'll tell you about them. Yeah, it's in Spanish, but they got subtitles. It's pretty cool. So you can check it all out at youtube.com/Dodgers. And after you finish watching this podcast today, you can spend eternity watching more Dodger videos on that page. Or just go into YouTube and just put in Dodgers, and the whole world will show up. So that's a lot of fun. Also, don't forget to listen to all those other great podcasts. And as we always say, if you're in another area of the country and you can't be in LA to hear the games or watch them on TV, all you got to do is go to wherever you get your podcasts and check out David Vassay's great show, Dodger Talk. It's the same one. He does pre- and post-game shows and interviews. It's all there. Some of them cut up so the interviews are there all alone, or just the show is alone without any commercials. It's a lot of fun. And even better than that, if you know where you can get it, find On Base with Mookie Betts And this week in particular is a good one because this week he's got Dodger pitcher Jack Flaherty on the hot seat there. So check him out. It's about what is it? About a 45. Let's play. Oh, it's a 56-minute one. Yeah, 50 at least 53 minutes with a couple of commercials in the end. But I'll tell you, that's a good one. I haven't heard that one yet myself, but I'm going to do it. Mookie Betts interviewing Jack Flaherty. I'm in. I'm on base with that, right, Mookie? Okay. It's called On Base with Mookie Betts, wherever you get your podcasts. All right, and don't forget, I also tend to leave some pretty cool Dodger content whenever I can in our page here in Let's Talk Dodgers. I'm going to leave that Ross Porter clip of him talking about Jerry Doggett right after I post this one. And we'll talk to you again on probably at the end of the Guardian series, maybe Sunday or Monday. We'll see how it goes. And we'll talk with you soon. I hope you enjoyed the show. And I hope you enjoyed what we had to talk about. If you have any suggestions, drop them in the box or write to me at letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. I want to hear this song a lot I got to lower it because last time Facebook tagged me on and says, you can't do that. Below it, well, forget it. Anyway, I'm Randy. You know who you are, I hope. Come on back next time. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. Have you got that? Okay. And before I bring the song up so they get them all pissed off again, I'm going to just talk over it so they can't hear it. They won't tag me for it. All right. Great. We'll see you next time here on Let's Talk Dodgers. Bye.